My name is Anne Ngan, and I live on Hornby Island. And I have lived on Hornby for a long time, more than 50 years. I arrived in 1968. I am an artist, and I practice art with painting mostly. Arts are important on Hornby because arts are important in general, so I think for any community, arts are important. And it's a way for the community to know itself better. In a place like Hornby, in a small community, it's very important that we can communicate, and I think art is a very good tool. So the arts are important in life because they express something which cannot be said in another way. For me, the arts express the invisible through the visible. Arts are a sharing between people, not only between artists, but between anyone and the arts. We have lots of artists on Hornby, and we had lots of artists since I've been here. We had venues, but they were shared with other functions. So it wasn't always easy to show one's work. Now that art center will be specifically focused on the arts. It will contribute enormously because it will be a place where workshops can be given and a place of exchange where we can invite artists from other community to show what they are doing. And also we want to have exchanges with First Nation people. So yeah, I think the Art Center will be a place of sharing very much. Sharing, discovering, learning. That means that some people, and that's true for the whole community, but especially for children who wouldn't know much about art, will have access to art and might discover that there's an artist in themselves. I do believe that there is an artist in everybody, and it's a matter of accessing the artist. Yeah, I think the Art Center will be very important that way. It's important for many things. Yeah.
Okay, my name is Gordon Payne. I'm 87 years old. First came to Hornby in 1966. I have been a teacher and a studio artist for 60 years. I was thinking about, and when I first came here, it was all do-it-yourself, DIY. It was like we built funky buildings, and we sort of did things our own way. And the course of events on a community like this is pretty well standard. As the artists come, the intelligentsia come. So as the English department of UBC, they were the next wave. And then people with money come. So money has entered the scene. And when money enters the scene, funkiness is put over there, and there's a need for non-funky. So there's the need for the gallery now. I don't see that as a bad thing. Things unfold. So things change, and now we have a situation which is quite different from when I first came here. And so the gallery is a way of adapting to that. We're not giving up the old ways. We still have the old ways. Look at my situation here. Totally funky. But frankly, I want to show my ludicrous objects in a non-funky environment, in a professional, clean, space that's designed to show work. I mean, Hornby is basically an art island. You have to have designated space for the art. It is a venue, it's a place, it's a locus, it's a center. It's important to have that. So the gallery is perfect, I think, as a venue for the arts on the island. It's intrinsic, it's integral to the island, the community. It's an art community, really.
My name is James Emerson, and I'm a musician, a singer-songwriter. Art, and for me especially music, really forms my community and my social outlook on Hornby, because making music and music in general is just kind of like the glue of life for me. When I wake up, I open my eyes and I look at all the walls in my space covered by local artists. And then when I leave the house, I get in my car, I turn on my radio, and it's a local radio station. Always local DJs, but quite often local music on the radio. There are so many artists on Hornby Island. In fact, sometimes when I'm seeing like a live show, I'll look in the crowd and it's people that are also musicians, and they all live on Hornby Island. No matter where I go on Hornby, there's something there that's going to be saying there are artists here. The art center will affect that artist community and musician community for me, because it'll be like an outlet to go to, a physical space you can actually go. There's going to be a space for musicians to play. Other than the 2 months of the year, July and August, when all the tourists are here and people are playing outside. But when it's September through June, where are they going to play? If they can't play outside, if it's raining, if it's cold, it allows people to come here all different times of the year and not just in the peak season. I think that the art center is going to be able to help foster a good art community on Hornby. I think it'll make it a lot easier for people to showcase their work, and it might be a lot more motivating for them to create more, whether it's art or music or what have you. It's motivating because there's going to be somewhere where they know they can show it off and share it with other people. It's going to affect definitely future generations. Why can't the kids start learning how to paint, teach the kids how to do pottery, and then say there's going to be a space for you to show your stuff when you're ready. Even when you're young, you can have an art show there. It's important because it's just how a lot of people on this island express themselves. So if there was no art, there'd be not a lot of expression, and Hornby Island wouldn't be Hornby Island, I don't think.